The legalization of same-sex marriage will not only pave way into the passage and privilege of queer people into marriage, but this will also pave way enacting more laws like the SOGI bill that will protect LGBT youth. According to a website article by Ryan Thureson in 2017 entitled Just Let Us Be, in the Philippines, students who are part of the LGBT community too often find that their schooling experiences is marred by bullying, discrimination, lack of access to LGBT-related information, and in some cases, physical or sexual assault. This will all based on a research he participated where they conducted interviews and group discussions conducted in 10 cities in the major Philippine islands of Luzon and the Visayas, with 76 secondary school students or recent graduates who identified as LGBT or questioning, 22 students or recent graduates who don't identify as LGBT or questioning, and 46 parents, teacher counselors, administrators, service providers, and experts on education. These experiences often lead to teenage life trauma that could often lead to suicide of some individuals. Legalizing same-sex marriage can possibly provide a sense of safety or a safety net to the youth regarding on their future and welfare. Legalizing of same-sex marriage can also pave way to enacting laws to the trans community, example of which is the SOGI bill. According to a research article by World Health Organization in 2016, the lack of social support due to the stigmatization and discrimination causes a lot of stress among the transgender people. One participant felt that she could not finish her higher education due to discrimination. Quote unquote, "My nursing school clinical instructor wouldn't allow me to have long hair. I didn't want to cut my hair, and so I gave up a bachelor's degree of science in nursing to be who I am." The stigmatization and discrimination of the trans community in the Philippines has been evident in the media, especially with the death of Jennifer Laude, a 26-year-old trans woman, at the hands of an American Marine, of a 19-year-old U.S. Marine, Joseph Scott Pemberton, with recently, in 2020, was given absolute pardon by President Rodrigo Duterte. Moments like this brings fear into the trans community, as it brings the feeling of uncertainty that they will be safe in this country. The legalization of same-sex marriage will be a great vehicle on enacting laws that will protect the LGBT plus youth. But the main purpose of this is that same-sex couples will be recognized to acquire the same legal rights as heterosexual couples. The legalization of same-sex marriage will gain LGBTQ plus couples the chance to acquire the same marriage rights as heterosexual couples. This will also give a chance on improving on our current marriage rights, like the need to legalize divorce. According to a website article written by iMoney in 2015, a few of the financial liberties that same-sex couples can acquire if they are allowed to marry in the Philippines is 1. Access and right to pooled resources. 2. Receive their partner's employment benefits that are extended to dependents. 3. Receive SSS, GSIS, or veterans benefits and pensions. 4. Medical benefits. And lastly, 5. Parenthood. Aside from the given aside from the given of those financial benefits, they are able to gain marriage rights and benefits like tax benefits, estate planning benefits, government benefits, employment benefits, death benefits, family benefits, and more importantly, divorce. According to a website article written by Cara Ortiga in March 24, 2020, in the Philippines, the only country in the world besides the Vatican City where divorce is prohibited, there are only two options for separation. One is legal separation, and the other is a declaration of nullity or legal annulment. The article explains that for many Filipino women, finding an escape from a husband is not an easy option, and often it can be dangerous. Violence and domestic abuse is a typical scenario, or according to a 2017 report from the Philippine Statistics Authority, 1 in 4 women have experienced spouse violence, be it physical, emotional, or sexual abuse. Without an accessible and affordable option to separate from an abusive husband, some women are left with no choice. Legalization of same-sex marriage does not only provide opportunities of marriage to the LGBT plus community, but also provide a way on dealing social political issues in our country today, like discrimination and lack of options for abuse victims. Same-sex marriage does not only tackle issues in the LGBT community, but also tackles women's issues and the effects of the patriarchy into our society. Thank you.